What is up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Trip. I'm coming at you with another reaction video. This one is from List 25, our good friends. And it is 25 phobias you might have and not even know it. So I thought, what's it called? A hypochondriac? That's the person that thinks he hears something or she hears something and automatically thinks that he has it. I'm not that way, but I could end up being that way after I watch this video. But I know two phobias I have. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to, have that over my head so people can use it against me. But I know what they are, so let's see if they are on this list. Let's check it out.
We all have fears. Some people, of course, have a greater severity of fear than others.
Yeah.
Negative experiences tend to be the thing that creates fear. And depending on the experience, they can create outrageous phobias. But not all fears are from negative experiences. Sometimes fears just happen without a way to trace back where they came from. We might not even know we have the fear at all until it's too late. Like speaking in public for the first time and having a panic attack seconds before. However, fear doesn't always play out as a fight-or-flight response. Phobias can crop up in bizarre and strange ways. At the end of the day, fear can be a debilitating problem we need to face and overcome. So hike up your big boy pants, because I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 phobias you might have and not even know it. Consecutaliophobia. For people with this fear, spoons, forks, and knives are the usual weapons of choice when tackling sushi because they're terrified of chopsticks. The idea of picking up 2 pieces of wood as an instrument of eating gives them a ton of anxiety. 24. Sinistrophobia. Ever wonder why when you drive you hate taking left turns? Maybe you look at your left hand with disdain or are afraid of some swift attack from the left? It's because you have a fear of anything from the left side. 23. Lidicophobia. With this phobia, you're terrified of lawsuits. But honestly, who isn't? The idea of a lawsuit makes most people get a little bit fearful. It's likely, though, if all you think about is someone suing you, then you probably have lidicophobia. 22. Palatophobia. Many men have this fear. It's the fear of being bald, or a fear of bald men. A little worry might not be a problem, but once you find yourself in a bathroom with every shampoo and hair loss product in the world, then it's time to get help. 21. Chlorophobia. For many, clowns represent humor, silliness, and children's birthday parties. But others see a far more sinister villain hiding behind that red bulbous nose and colorful costume. If you get serious anxiety with clowns around, then you probably have a fear of clowns. 20. Phobophobia. This is exactly what it sounds like. A fear of phobias. Usually people with this phobia already have an established phobia. So phobophobia is an anticipatory anxiety where someone fears to be afraid. It sadly becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. 19. Ephibophobia. Have you ever said something like, kids these days, they don't respect their parents, they're rude and impatient, and are always breaking the rules? Well, you might have early symptoms of ephibophobia, or fear of young people. 18. Philophobia. Most people want to be loved and have a lot of love to give. For others, it's a horrifying prospect. The fear of love is probably more common than you think, with plenty of people showing it in different ways, from fear of commitment to unhealthy relationships. 17. Cathosophobia. If you're terrified of sitting down, then you have cathosophobia. It's similar to the fear of idleness. It's also hard to believe many people have this fear, but it's a thing. 16. Hippomonstrosis quipedaliophobia. There's a tinge of irony to hippomonstrosis quipedaliophobia. It's the fear of long words. If you have this fear, definitely don't look at this word for too long. And again, I didn't need to tell you that. You probably already noticed that hippomonstrosis quipedaliophobia is a super long word and moved on. 15. Scriptophobia. If you're afraid to write things in public, then you have scriptophobia.
Wow.
This fear can manifest itself in various ways, like not being able to complete school papers or writing in the dark so no one can see you writing.
14.
Mixophobia. Who doesn't love Nickelodeon slime? Well, you might not if you have mixophobia, the fear of slime. It's sticky, messy, and the idea of it gives you serious anxiety and panic attacks.
13.
Novicophobia. You either had a bad experience as a child or watched one too many Disney movies growing up if you have novicophobia, the fear of stepmothers. Subsequently, you might also suffer from vitricophobia, the fear of stepfathers. People with one of these phobias often have both.
12.
Allophobia. If you ever wondered why flutes freak you out, then want to know more. You have allophobia, the fear of flutes. Maybe they sound creepy to you, or the story of the Pied Piper really messed with your head. Either way, flautists are your worst nightmare.
11.
Haphophobia. If you can't stand it when other people reach out to touch you, then you might have haphophobia. Usually this fear comes about because of a traumatic event, but not always. Sometimes there is no known cause. Sadly, not wanting people to touch you is a lonely and debilitating fear.
10.
Euphobia. Most people love the thought of hearing good news, like getting a promotion or winning an award. Those with the fear of good news, or euphobia, usually thrive on negative thoughts and feelings and find a way to turn the good news on its head as something bad. They hate hearing good news because it isn't really good for them.
9.
Hexacosiohexacontahexaphobia. If you're afraid of the number 6, particularly 666, then you have hexacosiohexacontahexaphobia. You might especially notice this number more frequently than most, and get upset seeing it on license plates, your library card, or your number order at a restaurant. A good example of it was when Ronald Reagan moved to a new house on 666 St. Cloud Road in Bel Air, and he and his wife had the road changed to 668 St. Cloud Road due to concerns of Satan worship. They definitely had hexacosiohexacontahexaphobia.
8.
Nomophobia. This is an especially new fear. For instance, few people would be afraid to be without their phone in the 1970s. But here we are, terrified to be apart from our mobile phone for even a few minutes. Let's face it, we probably all have nomophobia, constantly thinking about it, keeping it at our bedside, and freaking out if we lose it or drop it.
7.
Deepnophobia. If you have deepnophobia, then the idea of eating out with friends terrifies you. You'd rather make dinner at home and eat under your dining table in the cover of darkness than go out to eat.
6.
Kenophobia. This is the fear of voids and empty spaces, and usually shows itself in hoarding and keeping tons of junk in your house. These people can't stand empty spaces, and want to be confined because the sight of a void makes them feel lonely.
5.
Paganophobia. There hasn't been a U.S. president with a beard in over 100 years, which might mean the United States is fraught with paganophobia, the fear of beards. People who have paganophobia think men with beards as untrustworthy and have something to hide. Oh.
4.
Glottophobia. Some people love to hear laughter and to laugh with the joke. For others, it's no laughing matter. Chuckling, giggling, or any kind of laughing is a big no-no because they're always afraid they're the butt of the joke.
3.
Glossophobia. The fear of public speaking, or glossophobia, is one of the most common fears of all. Afraid they'll be laughed at, ridiculed, or ignored, people afraid of public speaking often have intense anxiety and sweating before they get up on stage to talk.
I just don't like it.
I do not have this fear.
So I don't know.
Shockingly.
So I don't know
2.
what this fear is really.
Chirophobia. Related to the fear of being touched, chirophobia is the fear of hands, either one's own or the hands of others. People who suffer from this might cover their hands with gloves and may not ever wash their hands. Shaking hands is an especially great cause of anxiety.
1.
Panophobia. With panophobia, people straight up fear everything. Sights, sounds, smells, everything. Usually, they're in a consistent state of fear that something bad might happen or something terribly evil is after them. So, what are you most afraid of? Let us know in the comments below or tweet your answers to us at List25.
Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button on the bottom right and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.
We used to call them in the hood people who were afraid of everything crackheads. That's what we used to call. So, yeah, people fear everything. Yeah. I was certain that 13 was gonna be the fear of 13. I don't know what it's called. It's like Texture Phobia, some crap like that. So I was surprised at that. So, and no, Ronald Reagan, they wasn't, and his wife, they wasn't afraid of 666. They were just nuts. Nancy, where's Patty? And so yeah, that's what that was. So if y'all out there want to be brave enough, post down in the comment section what you are afraid of. And if you know like the name of the phobia, put it down there. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I'm out.